The most visited town near Petersburg is Peterhof. From late April to mid-October, tourists come to see the stunning imperial fountains. There are about 150 of them in Peterhof's Lower Park. We arrived literally a couple of days before the tourist season opened. Almost all the fountains had already been turned on, but work was still going on, and admission was free at the time. So let's start from the beginning. How to get to this fabulous place? The most interesting way: a meteor departs from the center of Petersburg. You'll board near Hermitage, and in 40 minutes, speeding along the Neva and the Gulf of Finland, you'll reach the very pier of the Lower Park. This trip is an adventure in itself. Also, you can go from the metro by bus, but we choose commuter train from Baltijski station to the Novi Peterhof station in Peterhof. For tourists, Peterhof is primarily the upper and lower parks with fountains. But in reality, it's a city where about 85,000 people live. We walk through the city to the shore of the Gulf of Finland, where the parks are located. Peterhof was founded by Peter the Great in the early 1700s in honor of the victory in the Northern War. The North War against the Kingdom of Sweden lasted 21 years for the territories near the Gulf of Finland. It was important for Peter to gain access to the Baltic Sea, to build a navy, and to show Europe that the Russian Empire was a modern, developed country that others could and should do business with. Petersburg became the capital. Peterhof, with fountains, antique sculptures that were unusual in Russia, and the well-kept formal gardens, was a special source of pride, a symbol of victory. Basically, Peter the Great is famous for opening a window to Europe. That is, he adapted many things from Europe, from the new calendar system and the first museum, to the import of potatoes. But during his reign, ordinary people suffered more than before. Peasants were sold like slaves, torn away from their families, and forced to work long, hard hours. And even Peterhof itself, just like Petersburg, was built through hard labor. People died during construction from exhaustion. We walked through the city to the upper park. Pretty soon, they'll plant flowers here. Everything's greening up, and it's going to look even more beautiful. Peter was fascinated by Versailles and wanted to create something similar on the Baltic coast, but better. The fountains at Versailles ran off pumps for only limited time. Peter wanted the fountains to run all the time, so he looked for other ways. The solution was found and has been working for over 300 years. All the water flows from a natural elevation through a system of canals, ponds and locks. The fountains run thanks to clever engineering designs, using the difference in elevation without in a single pump. Gas sailed in from the Baltic Sea, right along a canal surrounded by fountains. Through the Grand Cascade, sailed into the grotto and entered the palace. It was impressive. There was still work going on in the park, laying paths, building a rock garden, planting flowers, and watering the lawns, unpacking statues and opening the fountains. Catching the end of the work in Peterhof feels like a little mischief, as if we are backstage at a theater. We are coming out to the Gulf of Finland. From here, we can see Petersburg and the Lahta Center skyscraper. There is supposed to be a statue of Neptune here, but it's not ready for summer yet. Neptune looks unusual for this park. They say it was cast from a drawing by Peter in 1716. It's one of the oldest statues in the park, and the first secular statue made in Russia. And it's the original. Yes, by the way, not all statues here are originals. During World War II, these territories were occupied. The park workers managed to take some things away and hide others right in the park, but the occupiers did take away some of the valuables, and some of them could not be returned. The palaces were also partially destroyed and later restored. The park has trick fountains, фонтаны шутихи. These are hidden fountains that spray water when a guest steps on a certain stone or sits on the bench. The fountain sun isn't working yet. There will be water sprays, golden dolphins, and the center a rotating water sun. The labyrinth. You can imagine how carefree nobles used to run and find solitude in these corridors. These are the Roman fountains. They are inspired by the fountains in Rome. And an interesting fact, the place where the statues were hidden and where are the fountains cascades. This is very some shore of the Laterina Sea that I talked about in my video about the Komarovsky Берег Eco Trail, just on the other side of the Gulf of Finland. During tourist season, it's even more beautiful here, of course, but a walk like this is still special. Thanks for watching and supporting me with comments and likes. See you somewhere else. Bye!